Hello friends, let's find the derivative of these trigonometry functions. Number one, f of x equals sine 2x squared plus 1. So the first thing you want to do in this situation, because this is a composition of two functions, sine x and 2x squared plus 1. So the first thing you want to do is that you want to identify the inside function. And just like the name implies, the function inside the parenthesis, the inside function, right? That's the inside function, 2x squared plus 1. So, let u be equal to that inside function, 2x squared plus 1, right? And since u is equal to 2x squared plus 1, that means now sine, instead of having sine 2x squared plus 1, then I will have what? Sine u, right? Okay, so my derivative f prime of x is just going to be, I'll take the derivative of u, right? Derivative of u is just going to be 4x because u is equal to 2x squared plus 1, right? That's the derivative. Derivative of 2x squared is 4x and the derivative of 1 is 0. 1 is a constant. So I just have 4x times the derivative of, I'm done with that now. The derivative of sine of u is just going to be what? Cos of u, right? But in my original problem, there is no u there. What is u? U is what? U is this, right? 2x squared plus 1. So I have f prime of x is going to be 4x times cos. So anywhere I see u, I'll just write 2x squared plus 1. And that's the derivative. I hope this makes sense. Okay, let's take the second example. F of x equals cos x cubed. Following the same idea, let the inside function is what? Is x cubed. So let u be equal to x cubed. Right? Now my function will now be what? Cos what? Cos u, because I already said let u be equal to x cubed. So my derivative f prime of x is going to be, I'm going to take the derivative of the first one, the u, derivative of that is just going to be 3x squared. And the derivative of cos u, derivative of that is just going to be, derivative of cos is going to be negative sine u. But in my original question, there is no u there. So what is u? U is what? X cubed. So my f prime of x is going to be 3x squared minus sine. Instead of writing u, I'm going to write what? I'm going to write x cubed, right? Because u is equal to x cubed. So this is just negative 3x squared sine x cubed. And that's the derivative. F prime of x is that. I hope this makes sense. Now let's apply the same idea to this problem. The same idea. Okay, what is the inside function here? The inside function is x to the power of 4 plus 2. So let u be equal to x to the power of 4 plus 2. Now my function will now be what? Ln u, right? So my derivative f prime of x is just going to be, take the derivative of u, which is x to the power of 4 plus 2. The derivative of that is going to be 4x cubed times derivative of ln u is going to be what? 1 over u. 1 over u. However, just like I said previously, in the original problem, there is no u there. So we need to substitute x to the power of 4 plus 2, x to the power of 4 plus 2 for u. So I'm going to have f prime of x is equal to 4x cubed times 1 over, instead of writing u, I'm going to write x to the power of 4 plus 2. And this is just going to be 4x cubed over x to the power of 4 plus 2. And that's the solution. That's the derivative. I hope this makes sense. I believe so. Okay, for this one, for the last problem, let's apply the same concept, right? What is the inside function here? The inside function is e to the x, right? So let u be equal to e to the x, right? Let u be equal to e to the x. So my function now will now be what? Lim u, right? So f prime of x is going to be what? F prime of x is going to be, what's the derivative of e to the x? Derivative of e to the x is just what? Is just e to the x, right? Is e to the x, right? And what's the derivative of lim u? Derivative of lim u is just 1 over u. So I have times 1 over u. However, in my original problem, there is no u there. So f prime of x is just e to the x times 1 over, what is u? U is e to the x, so this is e to the x. So what I can do is that this e to the x can cancel this e to the x, right? So I'm left with what? I'm left with 1. So the derivative for this function is equal to 1. So there's another way you can solve problem number 4, right? So let me just write, or since f of x is equal to lim e to the x, by one of the rule of logarithm, if you have lim e to the, if you have lim e to the x, this is just equal to x by the rule of logarithm, right? So if so, that means my f of x is just equal to x. So if you take the derivative f prime of x using power rule, if you take derivative of this x, you get what? You get 1 using the power rule. So if you look at the two answers, they are the same. The answer here is 1 and the answer here is 1. I hope this helps. Thank you.